Can I share something with you that doesn't belong in a loud place? Something that only makes sense in low light. When the world finally stops asking things from you. I've been thinking about women who keep moving forward even when no one is watching. The ones who don't announce their strength, who don't turn survival into a performance. If you're listening right now, I don't think this is random. I think you recognize yourself in that sentence. You've been carrying life quietly, not dramatically, not for sympathy. Just one day, placed carefully on top of another. Like it's your responsibility to keep everything from collapsing. And you do. You always do. But tonight, just for this moment, I want you to stop bracing. Just stop holding yourself tight. Let your shoulders fall a little. Yes, like that. I know how you look okay on the outside, while something inside you feels tired in a way you can't fully explain. I know how you can smile through a meal, keep conversation going, and still feel alone once the house goes quiet. You've been strong for so long that people stopped seeing the effort behind it. They started treating your strength like it renews itself automatically. They forgot you're human, not a machine. I'm not saying this to make you feel sad for yourself. I'm saying it because I see you. Not the role you play. Not the version people rely on. The part of you no one checks on. The part that keeps the lights on inside your heart even when no one notices. Even when no one thanks you. Stay here for a moment. Don't rush. Don't split your attention. You don't have to earn this pause. You don't need to explain anything. You don't need to improve yourself before you're allowed to rest. Notice where you are. The room. The weight of your clothes. The way air moves in and out of your body. Maybe there's a lamp on. Maybe the television is silent. Maybe your phone is face down for once. Good. Because I'm about to say something you don't hear often. You are not too much. And you are not behind. I know those thoughts show up when the day finally ends. The quiet ones that tell you that you should have done more, fixed more, been better. But listen carefully, you did enough today. You really did. In a moment, I'll tell you the one thing that changes how this entire night feels. Not yet. First, I want to name what you've been living through. You've been doing invisible work. The kind that doesn't get applause. Holding things together, keeping peace, managing emotions that aren't even yours. And somewhere along the way, you learned to swallow your own needs so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable. You learned to say it's fine, even when it wasn't. You learned to make yourself easy. That kind of adjustment has a cost. Not just physical exhaustion, the deeper kind. The kind that comes from constantly proving you deserve kindness. From being the one who understands everyone else while no one truly understands you. If you've been feeling that weight, you're not imagining it. You're not dramatic. You're human. And I know you've had nights where you quietly wondered if this is all life is now, just managing, just getting through. Tonight, I want to offer you something lighter. Not because your life suddenly becomes perfect. Not because everything magically fixes itself. But because you're allowed to stop clenching. You're allowed to stop defending yourself in your own mind. You're allowed to be held without performing first. Breathe again. Slowly. You've been inhaling like you're preparing for impact. Let the exhale take longer this time. Here's something small, but important. The hardest part isn't usually the big problems. It's the constant pressure of the small ones. The responsibilities. The quiet worry. The mental list that never ends. You don't just carry tasks. You carry everyone's feelings about the tasks, and that is exhausting. So tonight, I'm taking something off your hands. Not your entire life, just the pressure to be the one who never breaks. You don't have to be that woman right now. You can just be you. And I'm here. Hear this clearly. I'm not impressed by your suffering. I'm not asking you to push harder. I'm not going to tell you to be tougher. You've already done tough. What you need is steadiness. A calm voice. A simple truth. You are allowed to stop proving your worth. You don't have to earn love by being useful. You don't have to earn rest by being productive. You don't have to earn softness by being perfect. I know part of you resists that idea, because if you relax, who keeps everything from falling apart? You've been that person for so long. But listen, if everything depends on you, that isn't love. That's a burden. And you were never meant to live your life like a loaded backpack. Let me do something gentle. Let me place steadiness over the part of you that worries. Not physically, just with words. You're safe in this moment. Not because the world is safe, but because you're not alone inside yourself right now. There's something about you that's easy to miss if people aren't looking closely. It isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's the way you keep loving even after disappointment. The way you still show up even when others don't show up for you. Women like that are rare. And what that means, in real terms, is that you've been underestimated. People saw the surface. They didn't see the cost. They didn't see how much strength it took to stay kind. They didn't see how you've been grieving without calling it grief. I see it. And when someone finally names you accurately, something inside loosens. You deserve that release. Now remember, I told you there was one thing that changes how this night feels. Here it is. You don't have to carry tomorrow tonight. You don't have to solve the year at midnight. You don't have to replay every conversation. You don't have to fix what other adults refuse to fix. You can set it down. Just for now. This isn't giving up. It's permission to pause. You can rest without guilt. You can be quiet without apologizing. You can let your mind simplify. If your thoughts keep moving, that's okay. You don't need to fight them. Let them pass through without chasing them. Because there's something else I want you to hear. The choices you've been making, quiet ones, are already protecting you. The messages you didn't send. The arguments you walked away from. The evenings you chose peace over being drained. Those weren't small. Those were you protecting your future. You've been growing in a way that can't be measured. Not with numbers, not with praise, but with peace. And peace is not weakness. Peace is strength that no longer needs to shout. You're tired of noise. Tired of drama. Tired of being pulled in too many directions. So here's a different pace. Slow, soft, steady. Comparison steals from women like you. It pretends to motivate, but it only shrinks you. It measures your real, complicated life against someone else's highlight reel. You can stop doing that. You can stop asking if you're late. You're not late. You're learning a pace that doesn't break you. And that pace looks right on you. You are not defined by what didn't work. You are not defined by who left. You are not defined by the mistakes that still make you cringe. You are more than your worst day. You don't need to punish yourself to prove you've learned. You've learned. You've paid enough. Tonight, you can stop putting yourself on trial. Tell yourself the truth. I'm tired. I'm hurt. I don't want to be brave tonight. That isn't weakness. That's honesty with your own life. Healing doesn't always arrive dramatically. Sometimes it looks like dimming the lights. Sometimes it looks like rest without scrolling. Sometimes it looks like asking for help without apologizing. Help is allowed. Support is wisdom. You don't get extra credit for suffering quietly. Tomorrow morning, start with one anchor. Not a plan. Not a reinvention. One breath. Hand on your chest. I'm here. That's enough. The right kind of love doesn't ask you to shrink. It makes room for who you're becoming. It stays without keeping score. It steadies instead of consuming. You don't need noise. You need something that holds, and right now, this moment is holding you. You matter even when you're not producing. Even when you're not fixing. Even when you're simply sitting here. Worth doesn't disappear when you stop giving. It remains. Picture a quiet kitchen. A chair pulled out. A warm cup in your hands. Soft light. No audience. That's where this voice is meeting you. You're allowed to choose relationships that feel safe. You're allowed to step back from what shrinks you. You're allowed to protect your peace. If you stumble, that's okay. Returning matters more than never falling. Tonight, let the day go. Set it down. Like a heavy bag you don't need to carry into sleep. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You can rest. And you are not alone in the quiet.